Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Xeno's back. Xenoblade's back. ah. Whoa. Okay. So, Xenoblade Chronicles Cross. Well, as you can see from my channel, oh, this is nice. Xenoblade Chronicles is like my favorite game series ever. Who's my favorite of the three? X or Cross. I have heard about. I haven't got the chance to play it because I didn't have no Wii, and I, you know, I didn't want to buy like a $500 system, aftermarket to play it, and it's finally here. There's one thing I know about the game. Well, technically two things, but like one thing's kind of a spoiler, I guess. So, let's see. Going to see if I want to invert. These are nice. Woo! Nice meaningful. Whatever. I'll just play and see how it goes. So excited. Ah. Oh, it's the I forgot what it's called. They send it out into space to like see to tell alien intelligence about Earth. Like it would show where Earth is, like the third planet from the sun. Two factions.
July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed. Its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-like colonization project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth. Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years. But most of the Arks never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us, literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the White Whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface. Since then, 2 months have passed.
Ooh. Okay, so I can change the background. See how it looks in the lightings. Okay, so your thoughts. Okay, so when the first like 2 big ships showed up, I thought like, you know, I knew one was alien. I was thinking like one was maybe human, but I was like, okay, they were very prepared, and turns out they're both aliens. Just cool. Alien just decided to mess with humans. It's gonna be raw, isn't it? You wanna be female or male? I wanna be male. Change more stuff. Go on. Yes. Can change my height. Number, is that supposed to be like in centimeters? Like basic basis is 100. 76. Ooh, I can go pretty wet. No, I want to be diminished. Let's keep it that's cool. Okay. I can. Oh. Oh, it's the Pompadour. I wonder if I can change it in game. Lemonado. Oh, this X, I think it's a Xenogears X, isn't it? Looks like it. Oh, it's that's the wrong button.
Hey, let's get this started. Hey!
Let's do this thing!
Sorry, but it was you or us. Hey!
It's nice that they have the voice actors' names.
Ready? Victory is ours! Shall we?
Can I go with Shell?
Here I come, sunshine.
I don't think I want to be Shell. Like, Shulk is too iconic.
Let's get this started.
Okay. Sure. I just want to get started with the game. I've been waiting so long for this game. Oh, Elma. MIM stasis unit. Stasis. You are
Attention,
in stasis.
external access confirmed. Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Elma, open the
Releasing
stasis.
hatch. Please stand clear.
Hey there. Looks like you're all in one piece.
You found me after 2 months, right?
Careful. Just take it nice and slow, okay? Your senses will need time to reactivate.
I look very tired.
Your pod is the only one around that landed intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours? You don't even remember your own name? Must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right?
Okay, so I know it's like it's supposed to be a cross, I think. It's the default name, right?
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
Hmm. What the song yet?
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon. There you go. All right, let's get going.
Why was I all alone in the forest? Like my pod. Something's up there too. Awakening. All the attention. If ever spun multiple next, be sure to check any nearby places marked with an exclamation mark. Doing so should reveal the way forward, or an occasional excursion off the beaten path never takes. You know what to say about our work and no play after all? Oh, ZR is jump. Not the. It is something I'm gonna get used to. And I can jump so high. I saw it in the video too. Like, I jumped like a Spider-Man, basically. It's raining. Why was I alone here? Like, I'm guessing the life pods spread out. Oh, until it shakes when I stop moving. Well, it's been 2 months since we crash landed on this planet, basically. I guess seems like it's human compatible, like the way we can breathe around. The pod.
Most of the white whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't even remember the white whale, do you? You know, the L002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right? Planet Earth. Your homeworld. Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed. Ring any bells? Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget. I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves. You up to the task?
That's the earpiece that I have. Like, focus. Okay. Arc power, like was gonna make Chronicles 1. Oh, it's
Shadow strike. Sliding splinter.
Assault hammer! Got it! Now blast them to bits! Flame grenade!
I think X changes my attack to melee. Is what I saw at the end.
You're not half bad.
Thank you.
There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know.
No, we have to survive.
Then you're interested. In that case, I might have just the job for you. But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
R rating, TP game rating. Soul voice. They're like, okay. So party bits. The color has to match. So I'm guessing orange is a melee attack. That looks like maybe I'm hitting the target with the butt of the gun. That's already good. We gain some HP. Okay. Is this be like the fastest character? Okay. Good action. Okay, I can see, like, I can check what kind of body parts I want to attack.
Strike first and strike
now
hard!
It's my turn! Nice.
Flame grenade!
Move in and do some damage!
All or nothing! Hard work always pays off.
Oh, fashion gear. Weapons power rating. Okay, how strong weapon is. Power value. Okay. Build up TP. TP. Oh, okay, that's what it means. Okay, I want to see if my new. Okay. That's a lot of what is it? Stats. Oh, I forgot. ZR is dead. That's so fast. I was gonna say, like, this is like the fastest character in these versions, I think. So fast. What is the yellow for? The orangey colors there. I zoom in. Oh, cool.
It didn't have to be like this.
Assault hammer! It's on now! Close the distance!
Now it's my turn!
Cold armor! Flame grenade!
Pendant's destroyed. Move in and strike!
Love to. Wrong button. Have to get used to the stick controls again.
It's in your
Scream
hands!
edge!
Strike! And strike hard!
My adrenaline's rising.
I died. Okay, so it's the new landmark. It's so dab with the rain. That's scary.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise. Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
I just love it. So much.
Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together. We call this planet Mira. You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home. Recognize the habitat unit? That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean. all nasty. Given our options, the high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking. That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
Okay. And you can type, I can list your name. That only means don't chat. No icon. Visual. Yeah, it's that's like Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Technically, start sprinting. Oh, wait. Go straight forward. And the arrow cam, I just.
Yeah.
Sir!
Ah. Okay. Blade. He's down here. So I take no fall damage? Yes. Pleasure.
Attack from range. Follow me.
Target in sight! Shadow strike!
All or nothing. Got him. Now blast him to bits.
Scream edge!
Chrome armor. Hard work always pays off.
Class rank, 5 classes. French. This guy can attack me when he sees me. Right? Closer.
Good. More practice. Strike first and strike
Now,
hard.
my turn!
Assault hammer.
Scream edge!
Flame grenade. Yes. Now tackle it up close. Chrome armor.
Slide! Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike!
Wish I could.
I've been pushed back. Ah, I need healing.
I should heal up first.
You need to heal first.
Shadow strike!
Now let's go find an opponent that's worth our time.
I never imagined this is where life was going to take me.
Is Alma a temporary party? Because I can see her. Ooh, big.
Great company.
Wait, wait.
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
This will knock them off balance. Flame
Scream
grenade.
edge!
Yes. Now tackle it up close.
Slide back! Melee attacks!
Chrome armor. Now let's go find an opponent that's worth our time.
We got him. Let's move.
See if I can put anything. A knife. can't be equipped. Okay. It's like double the power, so I'm just what's gravity? Okay. Five.
It didn't have to be like this. Shadow strike! Slide knife! Move in and do some damage.
All or nothing. All right. Opportunity knocks. Topple them with gunfire. Assault hammer. Flame grenade.
Hostile neutralized. Switch to close range combat.
Don't give them time to breathe. Yes. Now tackle it up close.
Now it's my turn. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
All or nothing.
Upper hand. Slide. Move in and do some damage.
There's no substitute for real combat.
Nice work.
Swim.
Strike first and strike hard.
Now
Slit.
it's my turn.
Assault hammer.
Scream
Flame
edge.
grenade.
Break the parts.
Slide. Move in and do some damage.
Foam armor.
Please. Ah,
Slit. There's no substitute for real combat.
We got him. Let's move.
Four. Is that monkey? Okay. Only level 24? This is where I can change party members. Full metal Jaguar. That's race class in Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And this was just the habitat unit. The White Whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the West Gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside. Grexes. And they're riled.
We?
We can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
Yeah. Can't do Parts which are associated with the opening of change their cooldown after they're ready to use. Okay.
It didn't have to be like this. Shadow strike!
Assault! Gun! Now blast them to bits! Flame grenade!
Yeah!
Slit!
They're tough.
Chrome armor!
Catch me up!
Always pays off.
Now! Melee attacks!
All or nothing.
Slice! Splinter!
Yes. Now tackle it up close.
Now it's my turn!
No resting.
Now
Step in
my
and face
turn!
the next one. Slit!
Upper hand! Slide! Strength comes from experience. That's true on... It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife.
You have a choice?
Luckily, some species aren't so hostile. But they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
Keep pressing B. Continue classes. Once I reach rank 10, there are class keys. I'm gonna have to get used to jumping with ZR. That's the elevator. Like this thing in. What's the point of having a gate and an elevator? Maybe the elevator is something that only humans can use, right? While the gate can be breached.
Thanks.
Oh, hello. You must be the new friend that Colonel Elma mentioned in her report. Having just woken up after all that time, sure you're dying to get home and take a shower. Unfortunately, the West Gate is collecting you. But after the city, you'll need to use the elevator at the top of the stairs. We'll probably open the gate soon thanks to the great work you guys did killing the monster that was causing all the trouble. But until then, you'll have to forgive the inconvenience. Please understand. Okay, that makes sense. Just let me stop. Only down, so big habitat unit. What's that camera thing on top right? Was that to show that I can move my camera? And this, I think, this is the scene that we've seen.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees.
What's the narrator?
Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira. Come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
Small part is the residential district, I think. The greens. Okay. I have 3 safe slots.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
Do I have my room? Were we supposed to?
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery of
2 days ago,
all
ma'am.
our brothers and sisters. I stand here truly humbled and grateful.
From political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
NLA and a better tomorrow.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
No.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Shosan was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit,
Yes.
aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Irina.
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
For now. That's what I was asking, like, the people in the pods, were they supposed to have a home each? Chapter 1, New LA. Sorry, hello. Lucy, hello.
There you are.
I think the survivor who was found sleeping that restaurant. I faced a lot of indigenous people. Then you rolled out of bed and onto a battlefield. Look, I'm no specialist, but if I were you, I worry that I pushed my body too far. You'd head over to the administrative district for a medical checkup, or at the very least some rest. I don't know what you intend to do now that you are here, but can wait until you've taken care of yourself.
Hey!
So there are NPCs, like, this is like an auto dialogue.
Hey,
Blade after this. So the Blade here is something different. Blade is like an organization, I think. Around the water to reduce the collateral damage.
Damn it!
Don't be so angry. You look like Mom Car.
Look,
Okay.
I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt. Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly.
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
Don't be rude.
Yeah, well that, doesn't usually happen.
We know it doesn't, Lynn. Look, I know what you're thinking. But believe me, young as she may look, and yes, she is young, she's actually one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Shut up, Doug. Is that armor like... Ooh. Like standard issue for mech pilots? Okay. Field Trooper. Drifter. Is that affinity? The heart? Yeah. Extreme Edge. Extreme Edge. Wall smash. While down. So, like Ryan. Affinity chart. Okay, me. Only 9 years old. Ethan, new, 24. Mira is older, 27. Doug is 30. 13? Oh my god, she's like very, very talented. Lucy. Okay. And Maurice. Oh, 55. Can move around in the menu. I think this is because it used to be a Wii U game, and I'm guessing the menu used to be, you know, in the gamepad. Transport. Hello.
Well,
Where'd you get the fuel? Are they like, did you come with a bunch of fuel? Or can you find more on Mira? I'm guessing they have scanners that look for resources.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Is it
Speaking
meant
of
to?
which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour then? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district.
This is fun.
Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
No. That's OT. Was I always a member of the military? Why am I, getting through it? Or is it just because I can use a weapon that they are recruiting me right now? Like, she mentioned earlier that someone who can use the weapon is very useful right now. And she was wondering if I wanted a job, right?
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Lindley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Yes, ma'am. So, there are only like 16 houses here. So is that for civilians? And this is for military. And right now, I'm guessing military personnel is a higher priority because we're trying to settle in to a new planet. Oh no. So does that mean this person is going to be added to the affinity chart? Oh, EP. Oh my. The new guy turning to little me for help? You're making me blush. Well, you bet I'll teach you. I'll teach everything you want to know. Your battle points is your base level in class rankings. You can spend those points to upgrade your skills and arts at any time you like. You can either upgrade your arts or to learn devastating technique or upgrade your skills to heighten your overall power. It's totally up to you. On what sort of blade you're going to become. Such possibilities. Yep. Affinity chart.
What is it?
Transport has been grounded for maintenance. We should be moving it soon. Did that person get added to the free charge? Lara is. Hello.
Sir,
So phone.
here's what I know.
Officers are aware that not all of Mira is inspired war with Director General Chaucer's policies. The more we allow and we also disable, the grimmer our situation will become. Hopefully some breakthrough opportunity will present itself eventually. And you got the look of someone who just might be able to accomplish that. If you're ever ready to get that opportunity, let me know and I'll assign you something. And so basically we need him to, you know, put us in the right direction even if people don't agree. That's a lot of credits. 10,000 credits.
Now then.
Okay. Armory. This is where we scale.
Well,
Sell strange and unusual stuff my husband picks out on the job. He's a pathfinder, so he's always finding things each other. I don't have anything to show you right now, unfortunately, but check back later. I'll be back in a little while and with new haul and all your battle stuff clean up. Okay. So we don't know your husband yet. Stella is like
Working hard?
listen.
Ah,
City's economy finally sprung to life. Customers are swarming to armor army. I must admit I worried about the future when we were attacked by an unknown enemy and had to crash land in the ago. The humans are tenacious creatures. It's hard not to appreciate that when you see the level of energy on display here. But I'd rather be a part of this than a mere observer, so I'd better get back to work. So what about the aliens that were attacking us?
hey,
The reason why I can't use this now. I'm not a blade
What?
yet, so I can't use it. Vera, single form.
well,
After a horrible fate that befell Earth, some humans have come to resent all xenoforms. As a scientist, I am always eager to see examples of life forms who acquire intelligence through a different evolutionary path. From what I understand, we found ruins throughout the planet that suggest intelligent life exists here previously. I was beginning to encounter the unknown. What about you? I like finding out things. And can't use it. Yep.
hey,
Replays. Still need resources. Power. This is where the arms manufacturers are based. This building is for all the companies that are involved in the research, development, and sales of weapons and armor for Blade. But you're not a Blade yourself, are you? Forgive me, I assume that you're officially registered by the way you are. Okay, so they are assuming that I am part of this Blade group because I have a weapon. Elmo gave me a weapon. So Blade is just a military or manufacturing.
yes?
Town helper. Sorry, what? You don't know who the town helper is? Speak silly. I'm a mediator, but I started dabbling on the side. I teach weapon skills, offer equipment tips, deliver lost items to good life advice. Folks just started calling me the town helper. I kinda like it, to be honest. Okay. All these icons. They look like different groups.
Great.
Like different factions.
What's wrong?
Blade. Remember that each division have their own responsibilities, and mine is primarily guard team. Lately, there have been reports of dangerous indigents appearing near the entrance to the city. That's why we seal the gates and taking a defensive posture. Taking our guard to the extent that there is absolutely no chance of an indigent infiltrating the city. But now I hear that Elma and some new guy already slaughtered the press pack out outside the west gate. So I guess we all ought to thank King Elma for their counteroffensive. It's me.
Hey.
Yes?
This is mission control. As a Blade, you can... Oh, I see that you haven't yet registered as a Blade. Why this? Well, if you do register and join a division, you'll be able to accept missions right here. I understand you haven't yet decided what role you wish to play here in the ULA. That's fine. But I believe you will make a splendid Blade. Trust me, I've seen off countless Blades standing right here. I know talent when I see it. Okay. So this is where Blades get missions. Positioning during combat. You know. Any fool who's dumb enough to face his pitfall head on won't live to make the same mistake twice. You must constantly move to stay in your opponent's blind spot. Attack your foe from the back. Attack it from on the high or below. Anywhere but head on. Attacking from any of these positions will improve your accuracy and your odds of landing a critical hit. Understand? Do you not understand? Either way, repeat what I just said 1,000 times until it finally penetrates that thick skull of yours. Okay, so above and below also an option. Increasing server rates. Okay, I think I have to, you know, do this first. That's very Blade Barracks.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
I think I can answer that one.
Are you Maurice?
So, you must be the latest rescue.
No.
Secretary Nagi!
Miss Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
Secretary of Defense? Just Secretary? Very Mass Effect looking building. Like the Citadel.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace,
so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? He seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until he knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. He seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
He could barely remember his name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
How do we end up on Mira?
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us.
What does that mean?
Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed.
Why?
For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
What's the Blade?
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
So we're looking for people in stasis. So I was in a life pod. Does that mean that I was awake during the travel and used a life pod to escape? Right? Because no, the life pod, I was also in stasis in the life pod. I'm having stasis hangover. That's the issue with my memory. Was I also in stasis, or was that a separate function of the life pod to keep me in stasis until I can be rescued?
Yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Take a guided tour of the Blade Administrative District with Lynn and Elma and learn more about life as a member of Blade. So, do they not have data on the people that were on board the ship, the White Whale? Why do they need my name, age, gender? I guess occupation is something that's new data. Maybe that's what they need. Leave the Blade barracks. Oh. As you explore the administrative district, think about what sort of life you'd like to lead here in the new LA. Take all the time you need. I'll be right here whenever you're ready. Thank you. Mr. Secretary of Defense. Captain of the ship. I'm running about way too fast. Yeah, this is very, very, very Mass Effect. Oh, wait, can I use this now? Okay, I'll do the main story first. Yes, exit.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah, Nagi must really, really want him to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
get a load of that Skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
I would, but I so want to do this, but I want more explanation about what Skell is.
What? You don't remember what a Skell is? That gorgeous exoskeleton that just went by? Basically like the most incredible, awesomest super weapons ever? Lasers, force fields, bipedal and vehicular transformations. Sorry, just... I get so excited whenever I think about it.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats.
Potential.
It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
That's very good motivator for me to become a Blade. So they built the Skell technology for potential alien threats that they imagined, before an actual alien invasion came, showing them that, they were way outgunned. It's just sad. Like, you can only do so far to prepare for
So
potential
this
threats.
is mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout Console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout Console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey!
Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout Console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Maybe I am crazy.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
The shop. Did your husband come back, ma'am?
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the door. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
This
Hey!
Yes. I'm not play yet. Regina, is your husband back?
Well...
Nope. Not yet. Is the gravity here weaker? Is that why I can jump so high? No fall damage. Blade Tower.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here.
Vandam?
The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
Yes.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
I think they skipped a very big part about being a blade, which is what are the risks, you know? Mira and archives. Like, what are the risks? I'm assuming, like, outside there's hostile races, you know, the aliens that we talked about earlier, and the indigenous creatures. Cool. One of the things that I know is that scales take a while to unlock, which is fine. Hello, sir.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
What happens if I refuse? I'm not going to, but I wonder what happens.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, he can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Install the data probe. There's mining probes and research probes. Okay. Oh, chapter 2 already. The new frontier. Ooh. Installing data probes is one of Blade's most fundamental duties. That's a lesson that perhaps best taught in the field. Use to accompany Elma to see exactly what I mean. This will be your first Blade mission. You can expect to be compensated if it's completed to our satisfaction. Now show us what you can do. What happens if I compute to... If I fail to complete it to your satisfaction? Can I use this now? Am I not a Blade? Huh? 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 Can I use the shopping terminal, the shopping kiosk?
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigen activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigen butt, huh?
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does he know Arena and Gwyn?
We've met.
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour pro baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Why can't they use skills to install? We have skills. Eleanor, base support lead. This is why I couldn't use the map before, because I need to install the bros. Ah. Hello?
Hey!
Weapon popped out of a belly.
Hey!
Indigen is like indigenous species, right? Let's catch up. Lynn is booking it. She can catch up. Hello, Thomas.
Hey.
Indigens and Primordia.
Yes?
I'm not getting used to battling indigens by finding some oldest. This place is battling with them now. Unlike the other, more ferocious indigens, oldest won't attack unless you hit them first. It makes them useful as training grounds. That's mean. That's a piece of advice. Don't mistakenly pick a fight with any of the dangerous creatures near Faerun Lake anymore. No, numerous skilled interceptors have fallen to the indigens' ground. As noble a goal as the city is, it's not worth risking your life like that. You have to catch the eye of one of the indigens, let's turn and run away. What, huh? Yeah.
Oh, they've seen us!
It's on now. Close the distance.
And it's dead!
Chrome armor. Assault
And
him.
purple skill.
Done. Now blast him with this. Flame grenade. I need healing.
I owe you one. Now, melee attacks!
Watch me lay into it!
Slide knife! Move in and do some damage.
The purple.
Infuriate.
Shadow strike!
Looks like we'll have to bust our way out of this. Chrome armor.
Fire Carnival!
Slide! Slinger! Nice! Move in and do some damage.
There's no substitute for real combat.
Yellow is kind of high level. Red is, or purple, I think it was. Extremely high level.
Here I come, sunshine.
Let's see what you've got. Slide! Slinger!
Fire Carnival!
Now, follow with a real bone crusher. Flame grenade.
Hit Fragment
Full
destroyed.
armor.
Move in and strike. Slide. Thunder.
I don't think it's a good idea for me to kind of
Right. This'll work. There's no substitute
unless
for real combat.
I'm doing
Nice
a
work.
soul. Salt is good. Are they
What
monkeys?
the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless
Unless... what?
this is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
First, we should learn what I'm guessing is like this game's version of a unique monster.
The Tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way or another. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some Tyrants will actually register as low rank when we find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all. As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This'll be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Okay. Flip. Do I have a better weapon? Gun. He has a very, very powerful gun. Okay. Yo, I don't know what that does. I'm assuming that gives me topple when I use I get barrier when I use topple. Which one should I? Okay. Let's just do that. Two, upgrade, two, reduce cooldowns. Always a good idea. Wrong button. And I'm not going to level this up because I don't want to be taunting often. I only want to press it when I, what is it? When I guess full commands or whatever. No, sir.
It didn't have to be like this.
Attack from range.
Shadow Strike!
Off balance.
Fire Carnival! Side Slash!
Yes. Now tackle it up close. Assault hammer.
Small balance!
Flame
He's
grenade.
dead! Weaken him and lay it!
Upper
Right.
hand!
This'll work best. Off balance.
Sliding! Flicker!
Yes. Now tackle it up close.
Suck nice! Move in and do some damage! Shadow Strike!
All or nothing. Yes. Now tackle it up close.
Early
Full
bird!
armor.
Thanks!
Sliding! That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Got it. Let's pack some more punch.
Bring it down!
Yeah.
Weaken him
You're on
and lay
top
it!
of this now.
All or nothing. Flame
Upper
grenade.
hand! Shadow Strike! Slide now! Melee attacks! Not balance!
Full armor.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Side slash.
Always pays off.
That's true on.
We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Where'd you
Okay,
get that from?
the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Okay, I'll do it.
just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
FN. Oh, Frontier Nav. Segment, so I'm going to find the chest or treasure. Equal, right? Package.
Here I come, sunshine.
Locked and loaded.
Infuriate!
Ask questions later.
All or nothing.
Shadow fire!
Yes. Now tackle it up close. Flame grenade. Pull over.
Move in and strike!
There's no substitute for real combat.
Hope I didn't get in the way.
Where is the people? Can't come die. The orange squares in the map. That's where I believe. Ah, okay. Wait. That's where it is. Segment recon complete. What is this blue stuff? Where that comes from? Hello, sir. I have installed the probe and have slain a tyrant. Do I get a bonus for that? Oh. Van Damme.
Commander Vandam.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less.
Thank you.
That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
I know. So, I think I'm saving after almost every main mission. Or is it?
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Bye, Nagi.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Not much for conversation, are you?
I noticed.
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Divisions, thank you.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akeloff and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty: Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers.
Doug.
Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigen that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive.
Yep.
And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Resources.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
I want to do the map. Pathfinders. Yep, Pathfinders first.
Then it's settled?
Yep.
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Thank you, sir.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Nelson's missing team in southeast Primordia. Okay. Builders of a Legacy. Can I? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm officially a Blade now. That's trouble. Boy missions are red. Mini missions, orange. Normal missions. I can have 20 basic missions. Okay. Right. Ah, I changed the room. One attack is like mode, I guess. Okay, I think that's good for now. This is so fun. Just getting started in the new world of Xenoblade. You can jump so high. I'm guessing now we're let loose, right? In the world. Let's see. Open map. Oh, no. Here map. I can zoom in. Okay. Mission. Okay, so I'm not the first Pathfinder, right? They were not doing a good job of installing the probes. I had to do everything on my own, pretty much. This is a gigantic. Okay. Okay. I'll be back later.